All right, we are headed into a break of Sage tonight. We don't do that a whole lot, but we're going to break some Sage Premier Draft Low Series tonight because, well, it's an excellent rookie class, and I got to say, the checklist, well, it looks pretty good. So let's hope we hit some of that stuff that is in there waiting to be discovered. So we're going to go over a little information here before we actually get started ripping, which we typically do, just to make sure everybody knows what's what. Feedback is automated on eBay. So here's what that really means. You don't have to wait on me to leave feedback. Anytime that you leave positive feedback, it will automatically and instantly post positive feedback in return for you. So, how about that, right? Automation at its finest. And the other thing there, excuse me, the other thing there, of course, is a big thank you. Appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me. And our days ahead, well, it continues to look pretty sparse. We are going to break tomorrow night's new release, which is Contenders Optic Football. We're going to break a 10-box inner case quantity. They are loose boxes from shared cases, as has often been the way our breaks look recently. And then after that, we'll be off through at least Tuesday of next week, and then I'll take a look and see what the rest of the week might bring. So tonight it is Sage Hit Premier Draft Low Series break number 1, 4-box break, loose boxes, and I'm expecting this stuff to ship out to you approximately Monday. Now, if I can get it done sooner, of course I will. There are a couple of breaks ahead of it that still have to get out the door. So to be on the safe side, I'm going to say Monday. If I can get it to you faster than that, of course I will. If somebody gets skunked in this break and they don't hit a card of any sort at all, base or otherwise, you will still get a package in the mail, and it's going to have consolation card or cards in it, and it will ship out when the rest of the break goes out the door, right? Because this is a paid shipping break that technically would be your next package. Now, of course, this break ended tonight on eBay, the same night that we are ripping it, which is Thursday night, the 8th of April. And the spots are sold by the first letter of the last name. So if it's a hyphenated name, let's say it was, Andrew Bobsey. I can't think of a hyphenated name, but anyway, if it was Andrew Bobsey was the last name, it would go to the A, which it would be the first letter of the last name, okay? And obviously, Trevor Lawrence to the L's, etc. Some of them are grouped together, mostly so that all the letters are represented. And of course, the checklists were copied and pasted down there in the bottom of the description. So I'm sure everybody saw that. Now, I'm going to mess with the focus here for a moment. You will see that your background is going to get pretty blurry, and that is by design, so I don't want you to be concerned about that. Don't worry and think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to see anything. We're going to be able to see our cards perfectly. We don't really care what's back there in the background anyway, do we? Not really. Not too much. We care about what's in these little boxes right here. And what it tells us is that we have 16 autographs in every box. Next level autograph cards with on-card signatures. It sounds very exciting, doesn't it? And again, I don't break a lot of Sage, so we're gonna we've only broken it. We've only broken it. Told you it's been one of those days a few times. But anyway, we're gonna get into it right now, and we're gonna see what we can find that is interesting. Jay Allen is with us. He needs D, K, and M. D, K, and M for Jay Allen. All right, so how many packs are in here? More than 16? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there probably are 16. So there's probably one hit per pack, autograph-wise. I'm going to guess that's what it is, but nonetheless, we're going to get a handful of these opened up before we start looking through them. Because you know how I am. I only like to delay the gratification once. And then I like to just see what's in it. Jay Allen's laughing at me because I said breaking it. I know, I'm not right in the head today, you all. I'm not. I am not. Oh, I don't know. You ever have one of those days where it's just, you can't quite get your you-know-what together? That has been this day for me. just have had one of those. Not really been, we wouldn't call it a bad day. I just have not been able to get my stuff together all day. That's what happens when you get old. I suppose that's what they tell me anyway. I don't know. I don't personally, mentally, I'm about 12 years old probably, but physically, sadly, I'm a bit older. But mentally, yeah, I never really grew up. But hey, that's all right. I didn't have to. I'm still playing with trading cards right now at this age, so so it's all good, right? That's what I'm saying. JLM says he's never quite right in the head. Well, some days I am, but today I am not. I am all over the place today. All over the place. Okay, so for instance, just as a reminder, you know what? I'm going to tweak that again for a hot second, that focus. So Trey Lance there, for instance, he's going to go to the L category because that is the first letter of his last name. So I'm not going to say that over and over, but I do just want to remind everybody that one, a time or two, because people do jump in and out, and hopefully everybody, saw that when they were bidding anyway. But so here's our first autograph, and let me get some sleeves on the table. That is Riley Cole going to the letter C. Riley Cole. So I like these. I mean, they've got a bunch of different designs. The last time I really remember spending a lot of time with Sage, I would say that maybe their card design wasn't great. I kind of like these card designs. I think they're pretty good. What do you all think? I mean, we're going to see others, obviously, but boy, the camera does not like the reflection on that, does it? But nonetheless, you can see who it is, and it is going to the letter H with Jevon Holland. And next up, I have got a Brett, is it pronounced Heggie? I don't know this kid, but that's an H. We do know that. That's the part that matters, but I'm sure I butchered that kid's name, so whoops, sorry, kid. I think these art gallery ones actually look pretty nice. Justin Fields looks more like Kyler Murray right there, but hey, we can't all be artists, right? It's actually arguably better than some of the art that you see in some of the Topps products, so hey, we'll take what we can get. Another H. It's going to be a night for the H's, isn't it? And that is going to Hayes, Dalen Hayes. And the H's are just racking up the autos. Now this is shiny. It's pretty. It is not autographed. I don't guess it is numbered either, but it is Prism-ish. So anyway, we'll sleeve it because, hey, why not? Ernest Brown the Fourth going to the letter B. Jay Allen says they're okay. He's just like, they're all right. Well, they're better than I remember them being in past years. Let's say it like that. So, in past, of course, it has been many, many years since I spent a lot of time with Sage, and I don't remember them being quite this nice at that point in time. So I do think they've done some work on their design and things. DJ Turner for the letter T. I think we opened some last year, but only a couple of boxes of that one sort of high end when we were hunting for the Drew Brees autograph, which we did not find, but we did open some looking for that. So here's one of our next level on card autographs, as they were talking about there on the front of the box, and that is Sage Surratt, and that goes to the letter S. Mike Brown headed to the Bees. I've got some Patrick Mahomes autographs from his rookie year from Sage. I don't really exactly know where they are. They're somewhere in this house. Obviously they're my personal ones, but how to find those? I should find those. Next time he wins the Super Bowl, I should find those and sell some of them, huh? What do you think? I'm thinking yes. Peyton Ramsey. That is for the R. Notice how I just assume he's going to win another Super Bowl because, well, he will somewhere along the way. Thomas for the T's, Ambry Thomas. Donovan Stenner, that's with the S. Oh, he's another one of these initial only guys. Makes me crazy. Crazy. Oh, there's the kitty. Can you hear the cat? Jay Allen probably can because he usually listens with headphones, so I'm sure he can hear him. For the letter B, Tavante Beckett. Yeah, I don't even really remember how I came to have those Patrick Mahomes autographs, honestly. Those Sage ones. I don't really even know. I don't know how I even acquired them or why I acquired them, but at some point I did. So Brandon Stevens, this is another one for the S, and it is another next level on-card autograph. These, none of these, I guess, are numbered in this series. We haven't seen anything numbered so far, but of course, always nice to have an on-card autograph. They're on a Najee Harris base. I know Stang Lover's looking for some Najee tonight. And here's Brett Heggie, or however you say it, again, for the H's. So we had a dupe of him in the same box. That's kind of crazy. Aaron McAllister, the letter M. Of course, I guess actually we find dupes a lot of times. Oh, that's cool, Kyle Trask. So I guess I shouldn't be that surprised that Sage would do it, same as everybody else. But Kitty's doing, I don't know what Kitty's doing down there. Some interesting sounds coming out of Kitty. I think he must be playing with his brother or sister or whatever. I don't know which one of them it is. Mark Webb for the W's. One of the kitties is playing with the other kitty, the sibling. That's what I think is happening. It sounds like somebody might not be enjoying playtime as much as his buddy. But you never know. Jay Allen says he does like the art cards. Yeah, me too. I think the art cards are very well done in here. I do arguably think they're better than a lot of the Topps. Like, I despise Topps Gallery. I really strongly dislike that set, and I think that the artwork is just so ugly on Gallery every year, every single year. And some of the other artwork is occasionally not too hot either on some of the Topps things, in my opinion. But Gallery, oh, I detest it. I play on the Topps app too, the Bunt app. And I play the contests on there because they're fun. You know, you do little fantasy lineups and basically hitting contests every day, pitching contests, fantasy contests, and overall contests. I don't know, something interesting. And also, you obviously collect the digital cards on there. And I've been on and off playing that little game for several years. And every year they have a Topps Gallery digital release. And of course, I'm a Reds person, right? So I collect a lot of Reds players in the game. And people are always trying to trade me Reds cards from that Topps Gallery set. And I'm always like, no. No, sorry, I hate that set. Whereas I think most of the people on there, if they collect a team or a player, they just collect all of them, whether they like them or not. But I do not. I only collect the ones I like. If I don't like a set or something, I don't buy it. Except early in the year. Now, I always try to do the opening day sets and like that because you need them for the points to play the little contest. But anyway. Oh, Stang Lover said, isn't McAllister the guy that jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge? I do not know anything about that. So I do not know, Stang Lover. If that is the case, I do not know. This is Jalen Camp for the letter C. And there's another little shiny one. This is for the M's, Dedrick Mills. Those little peak performance quasi prisms. They're not prisms, but they're in the vein of that anyway. Myron Mitchell, letter M on both sides, huh? Double M. And a next level on-card autograph, Dedrick Mills. One thing I am noticing, we are not having perfect corners for sure. I mean, especially down here, this lower right on this one and a couple of the others, corners are definitely not anywhere close to perfect on most of these. So, as an FYI, even the base cards have got some imperfect edges and corners. It is not the thickest of card stock. We'll say it like that. And this is Marlon Character. I do not know this guy. I've never heard of this guy either, but he goes to the letter C. A lot of these guys, of course, we're at least somewhat familiar with, but there are a few that I am not. Dylan Stoner. How would you like to go through life with the last name Stoner? That is the letter S. Probably has made his life a little difficult. Grant, letter G. Jovan Grant. Let's go with Jovan. Jovan. Let's go with Jovan. Yeah, I like that better. His mom's like, yeah, we don't care what you like. That's not how you say it. But hey, since she's not here, that's how we say it tonight. Aaron McAllister, letter M. He says, Stang Lover says, from Kentucky and doesn't know Bobby Gentry, Ode to Billy Joe. No, I do not know anything about Ode to Billy Joe. Hey, listen, man, just because I'm from Kentucky doesn't mean I'm listening to bluegrass and country music. I mean, I guess I did for a time because one of my best friend through part of school and after school was a morning show DJ for a country station, Jonathan Adams, letter A. And I also used to do a lot of awards show photography way back in the day. So I did see a lot of country music shows. I'm not going to say that I didn't, but I am not what we would call a country music aficionado. So, yeah, sorry, man. I know the song. I didn't get the reference. I'm sorry. Riley Cole for the Seas. But I'm gathering it's something that I should know, so I'll have to go dig it out and listen to it, find it somewhere. This is going to the letter H. It is J.C. Horn. So, Oh, he says not Tallahassee, the Tallahatchie Bridge. Oh, well, at least Tallahatchie sounds more like something that I might somewhat think I've heard of in a song. But still, I don't know the song you're talking about. Kenny Randall for the letter R. Yeah, I don't know, man. Tyson Campbell, the letter C. I mean, growing up, my parents listened, I guess maybe a little bit of country. Sometimes my dad would listen to, but mostly, my parents listened to a lot of oldies. They listened to 50s and 60s and stuff like that. So I have a great appreciation for music from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. Of course, by the 80s, I was forming my own opinions. But anyway, yeah, I listened to a lot of oldies in our house. Rashad Weaver, the W. Ooh, there you go. There's a nice one. Justin Fields for the letter F. Hi. He'll go somewhere in those top probably 3 QBs, I would think. I will tell you, though, my sleeper is Mac Jones. Mac's going to go farther down in the first round. And he could even go into the second round, but I don't think he will. I think somebody will take him in the mid to low part of round 1. But I think Mac Johnson is your, or Jones. See, I'm reading this as Johnson. Mac Jones is your sleeper QB of the year, in my opinion. Cade Johnson, next level on card, letter J. So that's who I'm going to be personally fishing around for in the early days. It's going to be Mac Jones. Rashad Weaver for the W's. And then here we go into box number, what is this, 3? 3, I think. And I also want to pick up, man, what is that? I mean, like, how tough is that plastic? Good Lord. Indestructible? No, probably just don't have a really sharp blade. You cannot trust me with super sharp things. I'll cut my hand off or something. Yeah, that'd be bad. I don't want to bleed on the cards. So try to avoid that if I can. So yeah, I plan to go after Mac Jones, and I think I might chase down a little Ja'Marr, get a little Ja'Marr for the wide receiver class. Because I think, well, I could be wrong, but I feel like everybody's going to be chasing after Devontae in the wide receiver class, more so than Ja'Marr. And so I think I'm going to go for Ja'Marr. And I could be wrong. Could be the exact opposite. But, you know, everybody seems to like, what have you done for me lately? And obviously, Chase took some time off, so maybe that takes a little shine off his star. I don't know. As far as his pricing goes, we'll see. Stang Lover says, as soon as I hear that song, I'm going to know it. I start to say, well, sing part of it for me. As if I could hear you. Oh, well, okay. I told you I'm not right in the head today, but that is what went through my head. I was like, oh, just sing a little bit of it for me. We got time, go ahead. Yeah, well, I think you'd have to be singing very loudly for me to hear you from an adjoining state, but I will look it up later and see what it's all about, because now you've got me curious. So now inquiring minds want to know. So National Treasures football comes out next week, and we're not going to be breaking it. It is right now setting at a shade under 17,000 a case. From a distributor pricing. Forward-facing pricing, I think, is hitting at about 20,000 a case right now. So, yep, you heard that right. They're 4-box cases, and that's what we're looking at, about $5,000 a box. My price, obviously, a little less. My price, like 40, I don't even remember, 45, 700, something like that. So, NT football, insane. Everything is insane right now, but NT football, and that is on top of Panini having already more than doubled the price to begin with, and then they've just tacked it on up from there. Tyson Campbell for the letter C. And unfortunately, what that means to me is that is not going to be running through eBay for all kinds of reasons. But yeah, sadly, no. Marlon Character with the letter C. And that's kind of how everything is these days. Even this little release, which I think it was actually in the break we did earlier tonight, where I was talking about the fact that I originally didn't even think to buy this. And one of my distributors asked me if I wanted to get in for it and told me he thought the checklist looked decent. Dedrick Mills for the M. So I said, yeah, sure, put me in. I'm thinking I'll get a case of this, right? Because how difficult can it be to get Sage? Guess what? Extremely. Because all I got out of my request for a case is these 4 boxes for Sage. I mean, it's insane. Stang Lover, this is what you're chasing tonight, I think, isn't it? Najee Harris for the letter H. I think that is one that you told me you were after. So that makes you happy, at least. Riley Cole for the letter C. Seems like they've had a lot of hits tonight, too, the C's. Here comes a W, Mark Webb. for the good old W's. Hi, Matthew. This is our third of 4 boxes that we have powered our way through so far. I will, of course, recap our autograph hits at the end. So anything you missed, Matthew, you'll be able to get a little peek at it, autograph-wise anyway, at the end here. There is Jalen Darden for the letter D. And here's another pseudo prism-ish type card. And that is Rondale Moore for the M. Sean Byer, the B. Stang Lover, you're happy about getting that Najee Harris, aren't you? Because that's exactly who you were fishing for. So, see, sometimes the stars align, don't they? This is Peyton Ramsey, the letter R. He says the Najee Harris was a strange-looking auto, which isn't saying much these days. I know, so many of the autographs are just going downhill. At least most of these guys scribble something beyond their initials. I mean, I don't even care if it's, lines, just something besides the initial. Jalen Camp, the letter C. As most of you know, it makes me crazy when all we get are the scribbled initials. Oh, here's another nice little hit. Kyle Trask for the letter T. And that, of course, an on card. So, good hit for the T's. A lot of quarterback possibilities in this upcoming draft. And beyond Trevor Lawrence, I think there's probably another 4 or 5 at least that could do well. And the same 4 or 5 could also end up absolutely being terrible at the next level. Tyson Campbell for the C. I think Trevor Lawrence is about the only one you can absolutely lock in, but as I mentioned earlier, I also like Mac Jones quite a bit as a little bit of a sleeper. Dedrick Mills, letter M. But a lot of Mac will depend on where he goes, too. If he goes to the wrong team, a team that doesn't scheme for him properly, it might not work out well. Kenny Randall, letter R. And I guess that's true of any of them, but some of them, I think, need that more than maybe others. Another nice one, a Justin Fields on a peak performance, one of the kind of pseudo-chrome autographs there. So a couple of good ones coming out of this box already. A hot box, right? Sort of. Bryce Hargrove, the letter H. And there we go. Jay Allen says he needs the K, the M, and the D. Didn't we hit some M's? I thought that we hit some M's, didn't we? Oh, Stang Lover reminded me that Horn is supposed to be first-round guy, too. Yeah, we actually, I get kind of bogged down looking for certain cards. So, yes, thank you for pointing that one out to me. Sometimes I mentally am just searching for 1 or 2 things in particular, and I don't always pay as much attention as I should to the rest of it. I mean, I try to, but again, old brain wanders, mind wanders, makes things kind of difficult. Ooh, these cards are leaving some kind of weird residue all over the place. It's like little, for lack of a better word, they're like little card shavings off of, I guess, the edges of these. And they're coming out all over my table, making my breaking mat have all these little things on them. So I have to lint roll it about 800 times when I'm done. Jay Allen says K is the one he's missing out of the letters he has tonight. He still needs me to come up with a K. Ooh, let's just go ahead and grab that right now just because I see it sitting there. It's a Trevor peak performance. So always good to see Trevor insert. Matthew's looking for some J's. Jay Allen says it's from the cutting process. Oh, for sure. For sure it is. It's like the little, goop off the edges of the cards. Yeah, it is for sure from that. That happens a lot in Prism, too. Panini's Prism set. You almost always get that same little weirdo stuff. I just don't like it because it gets all over my mats and then it transfers onto the top loaders and on, wants to stick to the cards and just stuff that irritates me. So after we get done, I will lint roll it about 900 times to get it all off of there. Because I don't like it. That's why. It's not my groove. It's like little grains of salt. Okay, this is Nwangu. Probably not, but either way, it does start with the letter N. So if you've got N, that's yours. No matter how I pronounce it, that's how you spell it. Tavante Beckett. The B's. D'Angelo Amos. This might be the first one we've seen of the A's tonight, is it? I feel like it is, but it might not be, but it seems like it is. Okie dokie. Who have we up here? James Hudson, letter H. And the survey says it is a Sam Ellinger. And that is the letter E. And that might turn out to be decent. He's one of those kind of iffy guys from my standpoint. He could go either way. Oh, boy, this is a fun one, isn't it? Odeyingbo. It's the letter O. Oh, it is just shameful that I cannot pronounce names. That is a nice looking Mac Jones card. I really do like the art gallery cards in here. I agree with Jay Allen. They're probably my favorite cards in this set. And I also agree with him when he says those should have had autographs on them. Yeah, I agree with you. Those are the ones I would have had hard signed autographed. Dedrick Mills, letter M. If I were the person at Sage making those kinds of decisions, but alas, I am not. Chris Wilcox for the W. I also probably would have tried to number a few of these things, but I'm guessing that rises the cost of printing and stuff. That's probably why they don't. Brendan Knox with the K's. So yeah, even Leaf products, I'm kind of changing gears here a little bit, but I'm thinking back to where we're talking about how hard things are to get right now. Even Leaf products, which I used to be able to get in just about any quantity I wanted, most of the time now I can get only a couple of cases or a couple of cases and a piece of another one or something like that. Jalen Darden with the D. And then we got an email this week, or maybe it was last week, but anyway, recently, from the guy who owns Leaf. And he sends out this email saying, well, our stuff's been selling out so fast, we can't make enough, so we're going to change the way we do it. Dedrick Mills for the letter M. And now that was just obviously not an autograph, just a quasi-chrome. So now if you haven't ordered every Leaf product in the last couple of years, then you really can't buy direct from Leaf anymore. Cameron McGrone with the letter M, which I buy a lot of Leaf, but I certainly haven't bought all of it. I don't buy the wrestling and I don't buy the, cheerleader stuff and the political stuff and a lot of the other, there's a lot of weird Leaf stuff. Not weird, but non-mainstream. And I don't buy all that. And I haven't been buying all that. And I don't want to buy all that. That's Dedrick Mills for the M's. So yeah, even Leaf is now cutting people back. At some point the bubble has to burst, right? It says Jamie Newman for the letter N. Because I mean, when you get up to 17,000 wholesale cost of a case of National Treasures football, that's, yeah, gotta think we're approaching the top end of things. One would think, right? Jamon Osbon? Jamon Osbon. Anyway, it's an A. Oh, Jay Allen says, which is worse, this weird little dust stuff or the foam from the leaf inserts? Absolutely 100% the foam from the leaf inserts, because that stuff is just insidious. It gets all over everything. It is nearly impossible to get it out. It goes into like the edges of the top loaders and you can't get it out. And it just makes a horrible mess. That foam inserts from Leaf are way worse than this little white dusty stuff that I can get up with a lint roller. Jason Owen, the W's, that's the next level on card. And there's a nice little Jalen Waddell art gallery. Ernest Brown, pretty sure we hit one of him earlier. He's the letter B. Probably got one more left in here somewhere. And it is the letter T, DJ Turner. All right, and then a big old stack. Yeah, there you go. There's Kentucky for you. There's a big old stack coming for you. Stuff. I sounded like the guy that tries to do the KFC commercial. Wow, this is Colonel Sanders here for KFC talking chicken bucket. I hate that guy, but that's what I just sounded like. Anyway. A shiny, pretty. We have Mills and Mills again. Trevor Lawrence for the L's. And Rondale Moore, the M's. And more M's with Mills again. And over there is a J for Warren Jackson. Okay, big stack of autos. So I'm just going to call out the letter. You can read the names on there, obviously, but we're looking at T, B, O, N, K. Oh, there was a K for you, JL, and I didn't even pay attention that that's the one you were looking for, but there's your K for you. W, M, O, E, H, A, N, H, F, the nice Justin Fields, an R, and M, C, nice Kyle Trask for the T's, C again, R, B, D, W, C, there's the Najee Harris for the H's, M, C, C, W, I feel like I'm calling bingo, J, there's Justin Fields. Oh, that one was numbered. I didn't even notice first time through that Justin Fields was numbered. You guys probably noticed it, but you didn't tell me, but you thought I noticed it, but I didn't. But I see now that it is number 92 of 100 for the Justin Fields. So cool. On the F, Justin Fields. W, C, R, H, the J.C. Horn, C, A, M, D, B, A, M, G, S, C, M, M. Lots of M's and lots of C's, it seems like, doesn't it? C, W, M, H, S, B, S, T, R, B, S, T, B, H, 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 and C. So there you go. That was a lot of it. He says it sounds like South Carolina to him when I said big old stack. I think that's Kentucky. I think that's Kentucky here. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I feel you on it for sure. Okay, let's go through our little info again because, well, why not? Somebody might not have seen it. And in case they didn't, I'm going to put it up there so they can't say, hey, you didn't show me that. Well, I did, I promise. I promise. Okay, so if I would hit the right button, we would actually see it. Isn't that exciting? So tomorrow night we have a new release, assuming my new little like 12-year-old UPS driver actually brings it tomorrow. Which after our conversation today, I hope that he will. He's a young one and he's been interesting. Anyhow, we are due to receive Contenders Optic Football 10-box inner case, and they are loose boxes from shared cases. Come out tomorrow. We'll break it tomorrow, assuming that my little dude brings it. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all will be off nights. I don't know what the rest of the week next week's going to look like. I do know we're not going to break NT football, so that's a Wednesday release. So we'll play it by ear as to how the rest of next week shapes up. Shipping wise, I'm shooting for Monday. If I can get it out to you faster than that, I will certainly do so. But I do have a couple of breaks ahead of it and short post office hours on Saturday. And my carrier, who is nice and does late pickups for me on Saturday, like after she finishes her route and the post office is long closed and all that, she's off this week. Yeah, I know. So that cuts my amount of time, like basically in half on Saturday. So we'll leave it set for Monday. If I can get it done sooner, I will. If you got skunked and you did not hit a single card, base or otherwise, I am still going to send you a package in the mail. You will still get cards of some sort. There'll be little consolation cards for not hitting, although hopefully everybody got something, maybe, hopefully. And I guess that's it for me until tomorrow night, anyway. So thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and then I'll see you again, hopefully maybe tomorrow night. Yeah, stop by, say hey. In the meantime, stay safe and happy and healthy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.